Hello and welcome back to day 3 of LEATT LIVemaniacs. Today we are at Via Ferrata, a brand new section that has never been done before in the Red Bull Romaniacs. I'm Craig Stone and joining me today is Santiago Freinademetz. Santi, we've had some awesome action today. You are the main track manager today for day 2, which we had yesterday, and today day 3. What can we expect?
Yeah, I'd say today is a nice start in the morning, riding over some common track, getting into this Gold Hill, short, steep hill climbs. Nothing too hard, but enjoyable, nice riding.
Yeah, and the guys had a pretty long day yesterday. We had a long liaison section over the mountains from Sibiu to get here, and they had a marathon stage, which we haven't seen for quite a few years. A marathon stage where the riders had to use their own tools, rely on the tools that they were carrying, no change in tires. So it's going to be interesting to see how they go in these opening sections with the tires that they had yesterday. They had the Milwaukee team there at the Parc Fermé where they could use the Milwaukee tool. So super to see Milwaukee present there and helping everybody to repair their bikes as they needed. But let's go and have a look at the flyover of the track that they are going to be riding today and see what's in store for them. Have a pretty long road section to get to the start because we need to get into the mountains, and then they're going to have 2 or 3 difficult loops before arriving here at Via Ferrata. Here they will do 3 laps of the LEATT LIVemaniacs before going to a very difficult hill climb called the Mofo before they get into service point. From the service point is going to be a liaison again, the one that they did yesterday, just in reverse, before making their way to the finish where they have 2 or 3 more tough sections to just expel the last bit of energy that they have inside in their bodies. And here at Via Ferrata, as I said before, that this is a brand new section that has never been done. Martin discovered it. Santi did a great test ride for us on a track which we'll see just now. But let's go and have a look at some of the images from Martin, and you can get an idea of just how he goes through these sections to ride them, test them out, make sure that they are rideable, because we don't just throw anything out there that can't be done. Let's go and see how Martin discovered it.
Just wanted to say the fencing is not finished yet, but no, whatever.
It's definitely not finished.
So also this bridge is not finished yet. I will need to make a funny maneuver around the corner here. So now comes the most scary moment, the high speed shoot up. I go one more time, I want to do this. Yeah, this is quite a workout. Everything needs to be tested. We want to make sure where we send our gold guys, it's also rideable or doable and safe. I made it! Oh.
Santi, that's not bad riding from the old boy there, eh?
Yeah, my old man doing a good job, but I still beat him at the roof, huh?
Yeah, well done. Good job. That's awesome. But as you can see there, Martin, testing out every section here. We want to make sure that it's definitely rideable and that the guys can get through the section. But let's have a look at some of the drone shots that we have of our LEATT LIVemaniacs today. The weather is just absolutely perfect today. Beautiful. We had a bit of rain overnight, which just dampened the soil and made super nice traction. The rocks are dry, so that's going to be perfect for the guys to find some grip up on and get over. I had a really nice ride on the bike this morning from Sibiu to get here. There was not a cloud in the sky. Just absolutely perfect conditions for today's riding. Over the last sort of 2 weeks or so, we had some really hot weather here, Santi, and which can be a bit tricky for the guys to manage dehydration and this and that. So sometimes people don't like the rain, but actually it sometimes helps them a bit more. I think the heat is a bit worse than rain.
Yeah, the heat and the humidity in the air, you're sweating the whole day, even though it's not really cloudy, it's just hot.
Yeah. So let's go and have a look at the track walk. We're going to give you a nice representation of what the riders have in store for us, where all the construction has been made. So those tricky turns that Martin was talking about is going to be a little bit easier for them to navigate. But let's go and have a look at the track walk. Hello and welcome to the LEATT LIVemaniacs. We are at Via Ferrata, which means the cableway. And this is quite possibly the most extreme, the toughest LIVemaniacs we have had to date. The riders will go up this extreme section behind us where they will need to use some of the ropes and cableways to make their way up the vertical rock ledges, down some steep switchbacks and up the other side and over the top. Let's go and see how they get going. Okay, so here we go. Martin Freinademetz, our test rider, is going to show us how it's done. He's got to shoot up here to the left and pick up the path on the left-hand side there. Not too bad from here on, but it's about to get super extreme. So now here we are at the Via Ferrata, the real Via Ferrata, where you can have to hold on to these cableways and make it up here on the tractor tracks. Let's go. Nice riding, Santiago. Across this camber, then they're going to make their way left and back down and through the switchbacks. Okay, we're making our way up to the snake pit now. We've got a man-made single trail here with a pivot turn. Santi getting it up high, so there's no consequence of any slip. You're going to pull the bike around across the camber and then up and over those rocks. Here he goes, just waiting at outside foot peg so the back wheel doesn't slide. He's going to go across and up and over that ledge there. There he is, just putting that front wheel around. Okay, we've got a little chute up here, second gear, but you've got to get across this camber. Not too much throttle. That's it. Just pushing it over. Now he's going to go across the boardwalk here, along the boardwalk and around the other side. Nice riding, Santi. Let's go, boy. Across the boardwalk, round the corner, and then there's more action. Santiago is making his way across the end of the boardwalk now. He's going to do a little turn before he goes across this really steep. So here we go. Santiago's made it across the boardwalk, done a left turn, and now he's going to go up this chute. He's got to use those rocks, get the drop. There you go. Okay, Santi's muscled his way up the steep climb here. He's going to put it across and go straight up these rocks here. There should be good grip for him because now he's onto the stones. He's going to bring it back and then fire it up this next section here. The riders will be more than happy now to get onto these stones where there's guaranteed traction. Drive up there. There he goes. Santi's making his way now up to the last few man-made switchbacks where our track managers have worked tirelessly to cut these paths, cut a nice little trail for them just to make it a bit safer and easier to get across this camber. Still a bit more work in store though. We still need to get to the snake pits. Santi knocking it down into first there now. Nice and easy across here, making his way around this tricky little corner. Couple little edges to work around. Got to watch your exhaust pipe, got to watch your foot pegs. Where's the brake disc? Where are you putting your back wheel? We're just about at the top now of Via Ferrata. Couple more turns to make, and then we're at the top. Santi gonna switch it across this section. I can tell you, it's been really difficult just walking up here, let alone riding. So here we are just about at the top, last few turns. I can tell you I'm absolutely spent just from walking up here. The riders are going to have a real challenge to get up here. It's going to be about conserving your energy, looking for your spots to take advantage of where you can gain some time, but just conserve because you have more than one lap up here and you don't want to go too hard out the gates. So we're just about there at the top now. We're going across this little section, one more small little hill before we're going down, steep down. So this is the final downhill of Via Ferrata. The riders have made their way all the way to the top. Now it's a nice bump slide, screed all the way down to the bottom before they start again. This is going to be a long game for the riders. Those that conserve their energy will surely make it out of here better than the others. Make sure to tune in to redbullromaniacs.com where you can watch live maniacs. Santi, that looked like a pretty hard workout, and even for me walking up there was super tough, and I was so glad that I had my LEATT 4.5 enduro boots on with the enduro soles because it was so steep and there's just nowhere to get some foothold. But in the wintertime, you're an expert snowboarder, and it looked like you had quite a lot of fun coming down the screed at the end there.
Definitely. The downhill kind of felt like snowboarding. Brought me back to winter straight up.
So there's another great shot of our drone, and that's the top there. That's the top of the climb where they'll circle around the cross before going down that steep downhill where we were referring to a little bit earlier. Santi having a lot of fun sliding down there. And let's go across and see. Martin was down at the start this morning in the Park Ferme. Let's get some words from some of the riders that spoke to Martin.
Good morning here from Römergebülter. A beautiful day, it's sunny up there. It's going to be a long, hard day. We're starting here from a place called Milcher the Oldest, which is grandfather of Vlad Sebesh, also called Dracula. So I think that's still a good sign for the day. A lot of heavy trails waiting. Graham is about to start. He's riding with some broken ribs, so hardcore. Wish him good luck and see you guys later.
3, 2, 1, go!
So you might be wondering why Graham was wearing a rain jacket there at the start, because it's pretty sunny, you can see from the drone, but they had a little bit of a long liaison section to get to the off-road start, because obviously the last night the bivouac for the marathon was in the town of Vulture, and they had a bit of a long ride to get to the start. So Graham just wearing that jacket to keep the wind off him, keep the cold off, so that the muscles don't cramp up a little bit, because we're now on day 3 and the boys will be hurting a little bit, eh, Santi?
Yeah, it's not so easy. Getting up in the morning at 4 or 5 a.m. and you just gotta need that jacket to keep you a little bit warm on the way to the off-road start. And then, yeah.
And tell us a little bit about what they have in store for them to expect before they get here to the Live Maniacs, because it's not so close to the start like we had yesterday.
Yeah, so I would say it's approximately 2.5 hours ride. They start off with 2 small gold loops, kind of a riverbed, and then this one section, it's called Kapak. It's a shoot up, yeah, it's a short shoot up. Just a kapak, yeah, it's just a short shoot up. But if you don't make it, it's a little bit hard to zigzag up. And after that, they have a little bit of nice riding, and then they'll get to the monk. I hope they already got their prayers done. Yeah. Yeah, it's this awesome ridge. They're gonna love it.
Nice. And then after this LEATT LIVemaniacs, they're going to go into a really tough section, a big hill climb called Mofo. and a steep downhill into service where they can refill their hydration packs, take on some food before they do that long liaison towards the finish. And then just before the finish, we have 1 or 2 sections, Santi?
Yeah, just before the finish, it's this one uphill, which was a downhill yesterday, also for silver. I'm quite curious to hear the guys talk about it. And this one channel.
Okay, great. So let's go and have a look at a clip from Mofo so that you can see what the guys are going to go through after the service point.
Funny, in this way is the most.
Carpathian goat doing what he does best. Made a mincemeat of that thing. Made absolute mincemeat of Mofo. Also doing a mean job of that, just super nice on the low RPM of the bike, really good to see. He's on the back end of Manny, that's for sure. It's not a big gap. So Mario and Michael Wharton are definitely having a back-and-back battle between themselves. With Mario in front, and now it's Michael Wharton. Sometimes a good thing to get shifted forward to the front of the pack, so they could be in for a real good day today if they keep that up.
So you can see how really technical it was and exposed and like really on those big rocks and that. And Santi, when you guys are out there marking the track, it must be pretty difficult to stop and have to put a marker up when you're trying to get some speed and take a run up.
It's definitely hard. We like to mark stuff race direction, but for Mofo, for example, I marked it backwards coming down, and sweat was just dripping out of my helmet. It's that steep. It's exposed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really frightening, actually.
Proper workout.
Yeah, workout.
Yeah. And then so once they are through the Mofo, then we start going up onto the mountains and the Alpina, where the riders will get an opportunity to just take a bit of a breather, take in the fresh air, and feel the horses underneath them. So let's go and have a look at one of the clips from the Alpina section.
Yeah, just looking at these videos, you know, these shoot-ups, they're just extra fun. Third gear, pinning it out, just, yeah, gets you a big smile
And
in the
just
face.
the sound of that bike, that two-stroke engine behind, it's
Definitely.
one of the best sounds in the world there, Santi.
Yeah, definitely.
And people love that. That's all the fun about Romaniacs, is these big hill climbs where you're just going to line it up and fire it up and get as high as you can on these climbs. But let's go and have a look at a clip from day 2 and the struggles that they went through on day 2. Track safety and track management is a very important part of the race, Santi. We don't want to have any riders stuck out there. We want to make sure that everybody makes it through, finds the right rail on the racetrack. So let's show you a bit of the action and a clip of how we achieve all of this.
Hi guys, I'm Stefan, I'm from Munich, I'm a mountain rescue doctor and a surgeon.
Hello guys, I'm Bea, I'm from Romania and I'm a first aid guy.
And I'm Ollie from Edinburgh, I'm a past Romaniac, and we work together to get this guy in the right place at the right time. We usually start very early in the morning. We have to be up on the mountainside or in the forest before the riders start coming through, because we're here to make sure they're okay. Any aches, pains, any problems they have when they're riding, we're here to help them out. And then we also have to be somewhere where we've got signal. We can get a call from the base station, and we're ever ready for the call to action, wherever that may be across the racetrack.
Yeah, the safety of our riders is a very important topic for us, and therefore we have 7 units out there with 4x4 cars, with a doctor and a paramedic, the same, 7 units on motorcycles, and then we still have the helicopter on standby and flying around if there's really a bad accident. So we want to make sure that if something happens, we get them out of the forest as fast as possible.
Yeah, so as you see, safety is super important, and I really, when I'm on the track, I enjoy seeing the rescue team. It's just awesome. They're nice people and just here to help. And yeah, let's talk about track managing maybe a little bit. Check out, we have a nice little clip, and yeah, you'll see what's happening out there.
My name is Santiago, I'm from Austria and a track manager at Red Bull Romaniacs.
My nickname is Mowgli, I'm from Romania, I'm track manager for Red Bull Romaniacs.
On day 2 and 3.
get all the tracks from our track director Theo. We put them on the GPSs, and then we start riding them, marking them, cleaning them, all that job.
Uh-oh. We have a problem. We have a fence. So we have two options. The one option, we find a way around the track, around the fence, around the property. Or the second option is that we go to the mayor and see to find out whose fence it is, so we can ask for permission to pass.
So today, like every day, we are marking and cleaning and scouting new and connections for the Red Bull Romaniacs tracks. We are putting logs away and rolling stones out of the way so the path is nice and clear. What are we doing else?
What else? We mark the track really well. We think how to do it first and then we do it.
We always think one step ahead where to put the next tape, so it's just clear for the riders. We just go step by step, meter by meter, because in the end we have 1,000 kilometers of track. Yeah, we're quite tired and quite sleepy after a long day in the woods.
And sometimes we get some good food for home.
After the race is finished, we have a good party, and then the demarking starts. We take down all the tape from the forest, every track, we ride all the tracks again, and it's really enjoyable, it's fun, you're a big group.
Come and help us.
Aye. Be here forever. Wonderland.
Wonderland, definitely, definitely. Yeah, me and Mowgli were like a really good team track managing because we both understand how it works. You know, you really got to think out of the eye of a participant. So you'll be like, the next tape has to be there, the next one there. I don't want this branch in the way. I don't want this tree in the way, you know, just to make it perfect.
And also with the different classes and categories merging onto the same track, you got to think about where they're coming from, keep it safe and everything. But just want to give you an update on the progress today. The riders should be here in the next 3 or 4 minutes, but the breaking news from the track is that Graham Jarvis has unfortunately pulled out of the race. Graham started the event with some broken ribs, which he got at one of the past events. So unfortunately, we will not see Graham taking part in here, which is a real shame. But let's go down to Diana, who is with Martin at the entrance of Via Ferrata.
Yeah, I'm with the mastermind behind everything, all the race, all the tracks. Hey Martin, how are you? Nice helmet, by the way.
Yeah, good morning. Yeah, I'm prepared for Via Ferrata, and you know, in the climbing world, you gotta wear a protection, a helmet, concerning falling stones. There might be, alpine danger on those kind of steep hills. So I'm wearing my good old Red Bull helmet.
When have you been here the first time?
Yeah, the first time I've been last autumn. I've been talking with our track director Theo and discussed where we will have next year's LEATT sections. And he said, yeah, I drove by here in Lotro Valley and I've seen right next to the bicycle trail a cross up on the mountain and it looked very spectacular. Can you go and give it an inspection? Yeah, so I came here. You have been joining. And I thought, oh, that's just too much. But then we haven't really found any other spot. Here is the bicycle trail. The whole area, the Lotro Valley, is getting more and more touristic. So I thought, why not combining two things? People are already riding bicycles. Let's also give them a chance to do some climbing. And let's work a little bit on that hill to make it rideable for our motorbikes, but also achievable for tourists to hike up there to this cross, because it's really beautiful up there, and especially when you manage to ride your bike up there and you're on the top of the cross, it's like, yeah. So I think a bunch of our riders will have that feeling, I have conquered a mountain. And yeah, I think it's a really very spectacular mountain here, and I like it a lot.
What feeling did you have when you rode this Via Ferrata the first time?
Yeah, this is a very good question. I started to run out of water, even though I had 2 liters with me, and it's just a short hill. When I rode it, it was still less prepared, so it was even a bit harder, and I was struggling a lot.
I know your son was pretty much born on the bike. He's an excellent rider. He's been growing up with the race. And I know you sent him one day here. And how was his reaction? How did he react when he called you?
Yeah, it is a heavy section, and when he was here, it wasn't completely secure, so he also got pretty scared of some of the areas here. And but now I would say it's pretty safe. Our team has put a lot of time into the whole safety measurements, also to secure it from rolling stones. And so we have been looking into all aspects that may happen and secure it. So I'm pretty confident having a safe race. Also, we're doing the metal stairs only once. The first 2 times they will be shooting up kind of a gravel chute. And what is also interesting here, and what we have never had before, we're having also a gravel chute on a downhill. So this is also something really new and special.
Sounds very interesting. How much time does it take to do 1 lap?
That's a very good question. We will know soon. Our estimation with the ladder is 10 minutes. Without the ladder, I would say it should be around 7-8 minutes. But maybe they're even faster.
How much time did it take you to do 1 lap? Oh, we have Teo Kabachev. Back to the commentators.
Okay, so here we have it. There we are live. Teo was the first to arrive because, of course, he won the day 2 yesterday. He's the first to arrive here at Via Ferrata. Let's see, but right on his heels is Manny. Right behind him, so Manny closed that 1 minute gap. Teo making that fire up there on the stones, making up really high, so you can see the trail just to his right there. So he's going to swing it around and get onto that trail. Oh, Manny overtake. Manny with the overtake. That was awesome.
Yeah, Manny just got this one little shoot up now right in front of him. Teo in the back. Let's see how they go.
And this is just rinse and repeat for Manny here. First one out on this LEATT LIVemaniacs once again. Got clear track ahead of him, and he's just going to want to stretch it out. But on an absolute charge today is Wade Young. Wade started 8 minutes behind these two, and through CP3's checkpoint 3 so far, Wade is the fastest out on track. So Wade is on an absolute charge. Teo losing a bit of time. He's lost 4 minutes so far. Did he go too deep yesterday? We'll have to wait and find out.
Manny just making it up there to push the bike over to the ridge.
Teo trying to keep up with him now, because he would have not been happy with that overtake that Manny made on him. Is he gonna, oh, I thought he was going to launch himself in front of him.
Oh, he is. He is. Let's see. Oh my God.
These two, like a motocross style here, bashing bars. So Teo definitely was not happy with that overtake. Getting one back on Manny. Now Manny has to sit and wait a little bit to clear the track, because it's quite steep there.
Definitely. If Manny manages to gather enough speed, he might be able to overtake in this section.
We should see Mario coming into picture quite soon, because these gold guys only started 1 minute apart. So Mario should be close behind, and then Marco Volkner and Wade Young. Manny backing it up there just onto that little flat part before he can fire it up and get some drive to the top. You can see how smart he is, just saving his energy. Teo would have used a lot of energy to get that jump on Manny again, to get ahead of him.
But yeah, Manny just thinking ahead, not throwing away energy, riding flawlessly and just not making any mistakes.
I can hear quite a lot of noise of bikes around us here, so I think we're going to have quite a few riders into the section fairly soon. Manny just being tactical, playing it smart, looking where to go, where's the best line to take. So Teo, he's now at this shoot up where he'll go up onto the ridge before it gets really steep.
Mario.
So Mario just arriving. Mario's just ridden past us here. So Mario is into the section. He's going to do that third gear jump over the little creek and up that hill climb.
Theo just spotting out the line to see where exactly to go, not making any mistakes.
How awesome is that sound of Mario behind us?
Oh, Mario just firing up that shoot up.
He's absolutely one of the best hill climbers, Mario. You've got to see him in action because he just seems to somehow make his way up and clear some of the steepest hills that others can't do.
And Wade just passing us right now.
So these guys all going really fast this morning.
Really close together as well.
And that path there where Teo is pretty narrow. He doesn't, he's taking a straight line, eh, Santi?
Yes, he's turned around before the stone. When I went up, I turned around behind it and then came back to the switchback. But yeah, as you can see, Teo also having a little bit of a struggle there. Narrow track.
It's pretty narrow and he may have clipped his handlebar on the stone there. So he's either going to hold Manny up or use his energy. There is another line to the left there, which if Manny spots it, he can take. Doesn't look like he's seen it. Getting really vertical there. Arms at full extension to turn that bike around.
A lot of walking in this section, not much riding, is it?
Yeah, especially on these pivot turns because you don't want to get it wrong. Yeah. The camera, as always, flattens out these sections.
Does not do it any justice at all.
And those pivot turns, if you get it wrong and slide back down, you're just going to waste so much energy and time to try and get back up again.
Theo managing to get up right to the tree, just put up that front wheel and now he can push it out. Really well done.
And the trick there is to get his foot pegs past the tree because once the foot pegs are passed, if the back wheel slides down, at least the foot peg just digs it into the tree and he can then pick the back up without the risk of it sliding back down again. He's going to swing it around and then go across the last off camber before he makes another left pivot turn up onto the ridge and then below the cross where we saw Martin was standing earlier on.
And now you just see how well these guys ride. Like, it took me way longer than it takes them. I don't know how long Theo's on this hill now, but for me it seems like it's only 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And it took me probably 10 times, if not 20 times that much. Manny also just getting up to the tree and doing this last traverse onto the ridge. Really nice.
Nice riding. You see how he took the high line as well. Just staying off the loose dirt, taking the high line just to make sure that he doesn't slip or fall further down.
Perfect.
So Mario, he fired up the hook. There we go. There's Mario. So Mario on that turn there, see, that's pretty smart because he's made the turn before the stone. He may have seen that it was quite narrow for the handlebars to get past. And he's going to get a bit more drive here. But I'm interested to see if anyone's going to spot that line to the left where you don't have to do quite a steep pivot turn or risk your handlebars knocking that rock there.
But yeah, I guess you can see these top 3 riders, they're just managing so well. They don't even need the kind of, let's say, chicken line.
No, not at all. They work so hard in the off season and in their training days just to fine tune their machines. They do so much testing. They drill the mooses. They drill them in different ways and just to find out which was going to work best for them.
Yeah, Mario's back tire just slipping off that track just a little bit, but he manages to get it back up again.
Wade was pretty close behind Mario, so you might not see it on camera here, but Wade should be pretty close behind him. And into the shadow there, which is great because it's going to be nice and cool but he's going to be baking in the sun. And Michael Volkner also coming past us here, and there's Wade.
Full extension, just you can't really see how steep it is.
Michael just asking Diana which is the line here. There he goes, third gear, firing it up. Let's go.
Just giving it a last push to get up on that trail so we can begin with the switchbacks.
So at checkpoint 4, when they came into the section now, I've got a little bit of an update on results, and Mario has overtaken Wade in the standings. So Mario also on an absolute flyer. He had an awesome day one.
So Johnny Walker just passed by, and we can see the guys already on the downhill. Manny really close to Theo. And Johnny firing up that hill. The bike sounds so good.
Manny knows he's got a lot of time in his back pocket on Theo, so maybe he's just following Theo's lines, putting him under pressure, because Theo knows he needs to try and get out of sight from Manny, push as hard as he can. And if he knows and he looks behind him and Manny's always there, it's just going to put more and more pressure on him. It's like the MotoGP riders when they go through the pit port and they see plus 0.93 Marc Marquez, you know that all the pressure is on.
More or less, yeah, more or less. And the guy started, now actually they're on the bikes again, just had to step off the bike a little bit for this one steeper section. And now they go into this tiny forest and then down these loose rocks, which I went down really slow.
But Santi, there's a nice runoff at the bottom there, so I'm pretty sure we'll see these guys riding their bikes down that section, but it's going to get pretty fast when they get to the bottom of that rocky section.
Yeah.
Johnny taking a slightly wider line than the others there, so that's interesting. Looks pretty good. It's working nicely for him. He's just going to have a look here now. Take a breath, because he can see he needs to make a good pivot turn at the end there, and Johnny really good at his pivot turns. Oh, sorry, he's here by the boardwalk.
Yeah, getting a really nice up and across this man-made bridge.
Nicely ridden by Johnny there. It looks like second gear, or he was going pretty quick there to get the drive, but you can see that the sun is baking on this hill now. Things are starting to dry out and get a little bit loose. We saw in the video of Martin when he discovered this how much dust was flying, and when it gets dry like that, it just gets super loose and you really struggle to get traction.
And you see Johnny just didn't quite make it as far up as the other guys, and now he had just to struggle a little bit more, give it more push, and now hopefully he'll manage to traverse to the ridge. But it's looking good. Yeah, well done.
Nice riding, Johnny. And this is where we saw Theo make that overtake on Manny. Theo taking that inside line, but you can see Johnny backing it up to the slightly flatter ground where you can get a little bit more drive up this ridge.
Yeah, he's holding on to it nicely.
Oh, sliding out a bit.
Managing to find the grip somehow. Yeah, it's looking good.
And you can see how he just lifts that front wheel up to get even more weight on that back wheel so that it can get the traction on the ground and get it moving forward. 100% in the background there, another one of our great sponsors giving fresh sets of goggles to all the riders at each of the refuel points, or what we call the tank points, so that they can see very clearly where they're going. Yesterday in the rain would have helped them a little bit to have some goggles that don't mist up and get some clear vision.
Yeah, definitely helpful. You can go even faster.
So we can't see it on picture, but we can hear behind us here now Theo and Manny firing it up this hill climb. Sounds like they're going together up there. It'll be interesting to see the different lines and if they're going to cross paths again. Wow, that just sounds so bad. There you go. Oh. Whoa, la 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 la.
There was, I think, yeah, Theo was trying to overtake Manny again, but at least he got in front of Mario.
And I wonder, Mario was pretty far off the path there. I wonder what happened to Mario. May have just slid down. It's a little bit uncharacteristic of them to get, but look at the jump, man. He's got straight away, just absolutely pulling away here.
Just doing his thing and
look
just
at that.
Pulling away.
Not wasting time, because now what he's going to do is put the hammer down, build a little bit of a lead, because he knows that Teo's going to have to push himself into the red zone to try and catch back up.
And you can just see that he knows the hill now. He just learned everything, and now he's just giving it his best.
Swing it around here at the base of that of those rocks there.
Flawless riding.
Absolutely flawless. We haven't seen Wade yet, so Wade and Mario will be battling each other again. I'm curious what happened to Mario there where Theo and Manny overtook him. Conditions looking quite good, Santi, certainly better than when you rode it.
Yeah, when I rode it, it was, I would say, it was too dry, and you really couldn't get that much grip, but it looks really good now at the moment. And yeah, I mean, you can see the guys are just riding perfectly again.
And Manny also aiming for these sections that are in the shade, because he knows that where these the sections where that are in a bit more under the forest in the shade will be much more damp, where you get a much more dry, because on these sections where it's now where the sun is in full sunlight, it dries out really quick and gets super loose.
Super difficult. You just have that rock right in the way.
Right in the way.
Yeah. Doesn't make it easier.
And you're just feathering that clutch so that it just helps the front wheel turn around, not letting it out too much so that the back wheel breaks traction. And now lining it up. Look, don't hardly stops for a moment to get across this here.
But it's close, yeah. Pulling up the rear a little bit, maybe? No.
The path may have broken away a little bit now with the other riders that have gone through here. So it was really nice and smooth after our track managers had cut it out and made it nice and level. But once the riders start coming through here, especially if the back wheel breaks traction over there, that path is going to deteriorate a little bit.
And Theo getting caught up between the bike and the rock just a little bit, pushing it out.
Manny lining it up there now for that tree. It's really, really steep there. Oh my word.
Perfectly. Just getting it up right over.
I can't believe the drive he's getting.
Unbelievable.
Past the Milwaukee banner. Milwaukee, as we said earlier, helping all the riders in the bivouac last night at the marathon stage, providing them with all the tools they need to service their bikes and make any necessary repairs.
And there he goes, Manny.
He's going to be quick across the section now to get below the cross. And what he's going to try and do most likely is actually to get out of sight of Theo, because then Theo can't gauge where Manny is or how hard he needs to push
so he's gonna
make it back to him.
It's kind of a mental game as well, isn't it?
Absolutely. And there's Mario now. So the two teammates of the Shoko factory team together in the same picture on this section. Of course, Mario on his first lap because he arrived behind Theo. How did Mario get out there so fast?
It's a good question. This time he got it perfect.
He sort of skipped that last switchback up to the tree, looks like. That's good riding from Mario.
Definitely.
And Mario, the harder the better for Mario. Absolutely loves extreme enduro and just wants it to be as tough as possible.
Yeah, definitely. Like every time I talk to him, he's like just You can really feel it that he loves to struggle and just give him a push or just riding really difficult terrain.
Just push the body to its absolute limits.
So now just here at the downhill.
Super shot from our drone there of the downhill through these trees. You can't see it, but just in that little opening where you can see those rocks sticking out, it's really, really steep down there. But it's a big flat, well not flat, but it's a slab of rock that the riders can ride down without risking a runaway because it's not loose. And the bottom section has been cleared out really nicely by Jaffe and his team so that the riders have a bit of a runoff just in case they get a runaway down the steep hill.
And there you can just see Manny on his way down and into his third lap.
Yeah, this will be the last lap. So here we go. Now we're going to get really interesting because the first 2 laps, they fired up the hill climb to the right of the Via Ferrata, the actual Via Ferrata where the ropes and cables are. But now Manny, when he makes his turn to go into the third lap, is going to do a 90 left. He's not going to go up the hill climb. He's going to make a 90 left and go up the Via Ferrata. So things are going to about to get really interesting.
They're going to be extreme.
Oh, nicely ridden there by Wade. He managed to just sneak past the rock and not get caught between the bike and the rock like Teo did, but see him just pushing across that camber just to make sure he doesn't risk sliding back down. There you go, picking up the back wheel to try and stay on the path. And he's going to want to close that gap down to Mario.
Yeah, lifting the front wheel up quite high so the rear doesn't fall down. Really good riding.
Switching it around to find the tree that hardly stops for a moment and makes it straight up under there. Incredible. So let's see. Here we go. Come on, Manny. Oh no, sorry. This is Marco Volkner. Marco firing it up the hill climb.
Getting into his second run.
Nice riding, nice riding. So you can hear him just slipping that clutch.
Nice and high. I mean, you see, the guys, they're skipping that one switchback, which is before, and just straight into the last one.
Straight up. Waiting for some pictures of Manny now because he should be just finished the downhill before he's going to go into his last lap of this LEATT LIVemaniacs. And that's, is that Suf? Didn't quite catch the number there. Was Sonia, I think it's Sonia Godja.
Yes.
Yeah. And here we go, here's Manny. So he's going to ride through the ditch because he's on the other side of the tape with the jump. And he's going to make a 90 left. So he's just checking it out the line there. 90 left and into Via Ferrata. Hold on to your seats because this is absolutely extreme.
Definitely. You know, a few years ago we had the Moto Vertical Madness. Well, I'd say this is really vertical.
Yeah. Reloaded, take 2. Wow, that's incredible riding. I cannot tell you how steep it is there. When we walked this earlier today, they had some ropes for us to walk up there just to avoid slipping down, and Manny's been able to just clear it up and ride it.
I do not understand the way Manny and all the other riders managed to just ride this well. I mean, look at him. He just got up to the tree effortless.
Absolutely effortless. And I don't know if you can see it, but in the shadows there, we've actually drilled some steel bar into the rocks there to help them get some grip. But I just can't understand how they're riding this. It's just incredible. Really, it is.
Wow. That was so easy. I must say, when I looked at this section first, I was afraid of it. And they just make it seem so easy. The camera doesn't do it any justice at all. Man is just on the roll again.
So where he is now, he's going to drop back down onto that trail, which was at the top of the little fire up hill climb. So So he'll be back on familiar terrain, knowing exactly where he's going and what he's doing. Look how fast he does that pivot turn.
Easy, easy. Oh, and then you see...
Oh, that's Johnny.
Johnny. But Johnny's in his second run?
So Johnny's in his second run, yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
yes, second run.
Manny, not sure if he's telling Johnny to come through or follow him. Yeah, he's saying, come on, boy.
Come on, let's
follow
go.
my wheel.
Come on, let's ride together.
Yeah. These guys all such good friends off the track.
Yeah, I just love to see it when they like, you can see their friends also on the track.
Yeah.
They are rivals racing, but you can see that they're good friends.
So Manny tearing through this now. He knows exactly what he's doing. He knows where to go. He knows what to expect.
Let's see, he's I would say halfway through the uphill, and this is already his final lap.
I'm just trying to look here if I can find how long it's taking them to do this section, because we estimated around 10 to 12 minutes for them to do a lap on each of these, but looks like around 9 minutes.
And now you can see Mario is in front of Theo on this Via Ferrata section with the bridge, managing to get up nicely. Manny just riding the top section, going around this ridge over this one steep rut. And Mitch Brightmore just came in.
And just looking at the times here of the Via Ferrata, the LEATT LIVemaniacs, looks to me like Mario Roman has actually had the fastest time through these sections with 9 minutes and 12 seconds. That of course is unconfirmed, but absolutely flying Mario.
Incredible. Alfredo Gomez just coming in, starting his first lap, lining up for the shoot up.
So we got Sony Goggia there just ahead of Manny. So Sony should be able to get up over that tree, make the right hand turn, and then up onto the ridge below the cross before Manny gets there. So Manny's still going to have clear track. And I think that's been key for him so far in these LEATT LIVemaniacs sections, is that he's just been able to put the hammer down, put his head down, get through it, and clear these sections before any traffic or major bottlenecks come into it.
I think like that's what he's always trying to do, just to really get in front of everybody and get out before the major traffic happens.
And Teo was just making that turn over the rocks there, but not getting it in time before the next rider came up. So he'll have one or two guys to contend with on his way up to try and catch Manny, but I think Manny's snapped the elastic now. He's broken away from Teo. There's doesn't look to me at this stage like Teo's going to make it back to him. Sonny on that last turn, Santia, that's that last turn just before the rocks. It's pretty difficult and off cambered, that one.
Yeah, just this one rock you really kind of have to jump up. And now Manny just right before getting to the top to the cross. Flawless riding. No problem for him. You know, it's just little traverse and the downhill. And you can just really see how well he's done it, because now Theo has a lot of traffic before him.
I think that's Mitch Brightmore's behind him. So Mitch just doing the right thing and waiting for Theo to turn that bike around. He knows that Theo's in the hunt for the podium, so he's just going to give him a little bit of room to move, but also give himself a bit of a breather so that he's got some good energy to clear this section.
Also not bad to see how this where you have to go.
Yeah, good point, because Mitch is on his first lap here and he will know that Teo is on his last lap. So he's going to also try and just hang on to that back wheel and get Teo to pull him along. Looks like you got a bit of traffic maybe ahead of him. Teo is asking somebody to give him some room. Maybe we can't quite see, because this section that they're going up now is so steep, really vertical.
Yeah, you really gotta get the drive from the bottom out just to get some speed and manage to get up to the ridge.
Was that Mitch or Ashton? I think it was a number 17 on the back of the Husqvarna rider, so it could be Ashton. I'm not quite sure. So Manny now, this is the top before he goes to the downhill. He has absolutely destroyed this section of the LEATT LIVemaniacs.
These traverses are like no path at all, and he just rides.
And you can just see the elevation here. I mean, of course it's a drone that's flying high, but it just gives you an indication of how much altitude they're gaining and losing on each one of these laps, and just how steep it is. The gradient is relentless here.
It is extra steep, and the riders are just going down so fast. I mean, Manny is just, looks like he's just flying.
And, you know, of course these guys are professionals, but I can't tell you just how much hard work goes in behind the scenes from the whole team, from the mechanics preparing his bike to his trainers. You know, I mean, we saw that pivot turn that he did just before the cross there. It just takes so much strength to be able to do that, not only in your arms and in your legs, but also in your core, just to maintain your balance. And there, Johnny is doing the same. Johnny having a great ride this year at the 21st edition of Red Bull Romaniacs. It's so great to see him back again. 2 times winner of this event.
Yeah, I was really surprised to hear that he's coming back, and I was really glad to see him again.
So Matty Green as well in this section. We just saw Matty Green there, and
Alfredo
is got Alfredo as well. No, so I think it was probably Alfredo in that section where we saw earlier Teo asking just for a little bit of a gap, and he's made it past Alfredo. It's really heating up here now as well. I think we're sitting close to around 30 degrees, so these guys are really sweating up the section.
Definitely, it's getting really warm out there now. Also the rocks, they just propel all the heat, so the riders must be fuming now.
Let's see how Teo makes this on his third attempt. Hopefully he doesn't get wedged between that rock again. Yeah, pulling it back to get a bit of drive. I think he's going to be good now.
Yep, clearing the section really well.
Manny definitely pulling out the lead here now, because Manny is just about at the bottom. I'm looking forward to hear what Manny has to say about this Via Ferrata.
Teo now at his last switchback onto the ridge in his last run. And there you can just see Alfredo actually taking the left line, you see?
Oh, yes.
I'm not sure if he's the first
is he
guy.
Trying to turn it around? Is he going to go over the top of that rock maybe?
No.
Wait, no, using the rock. See how he just puts that front wheel on the rock, stop his bike from falling down.
Just to turn it around, be more safe.
And I think we had Francesc Moret. He came past us here now, the Shoko rider. So we have quite a few riders in this section now. We saw Matthew Green as well, just on that second to last traverse before the boardwalk. Alfredo, yeah, you see how loose it's getting? It's getting really loose out there.
I was actually pretty good. I liked it that the third lap was a little bit different, so it wasn't too much traffic, but other than that, pretty quiet, good track, I would say.
Yeah, you guys actually had to ride the third lap 3 times, but I think Martin had a bit of mercy today. What do you think about this?
Yeah, it was quite good like this, I think, because like the other one would have been way too much traffic. They fucked up the marking at the top, so it was a bit shit. I think was not clear for most of the guys. I just saw Theo cutting, and I thought that was also the track. So yeah, I went twice, more or less 10 seconds, a bit of a shortcut, but other than that I did it in the third lap, so yeah, quite happy.
Still, you did a very good job. Thank you very much and take care. Have a great time.
He's for the language there. Money really overexerted now. It was a tough section for him to get through, and it can be a little bit frustrating if you can't find the way where you're expecting to go and you're having to just take a break and have a look. You can just take your break in your concentration because he's trying to focus on where he wants to ride and put his wheels to get good drive out of this section. So Marco Volkner now, he's getting up past these rocks here now, and should hopefully get
so much speed, just shooting up that. Oh, actually, overtaking Francesco.
Yeah, Francesco, right. So that's good riding from him there.
Yeah, really good. I've seen him yesterday as well in this one hill, and he just did a proper good job.
Oh, yeah. I can't tell you how disappointed Martin is going to be to hear that Manny just said, yeah, the section was quite good.
He'll be really disappointed. I mean, I would not have expected him to say that it was easy. Like this, yeah.
Yeah. Let's go really across to Diana. She's going to be ready soon with Teo in the finish there. Teo just catching his breath and getting some water before he chats to Diana. But yeah, I can't tell you how disappointed Martin's going to be. The camera just does not do justice on those sections than that did on the third lap there. It's just so steep.
Yeah, I got Sorry Bro here with me. How is it going? Did you had any Sorry Bro moments on the track?
Well, Theo passed me like a sorry bro, even not touching me, but I was able to pass him again in the downhill. This LEATT I think is the hardest we ever done. It's super sketchy, in the limit of the edge all the time, but I enjoy a lot. It was super fun.
You like challenges. You're usually saying, I want it tough, I want challenges, I want more. So my question to you is, do you want this LEATT section also next year?
Yeah, 100%.
But you need to do the third lap 3 times. Not like this, not like you did it today.
I can do it. It's much better than go wide open, 6 gear, flat out in a gravel road.
We heard good news. Thank you, Mario.
Thank you.
So unbelievable riding there from Mario Santi to get past Teo.
Yeah, he was riding really, really well, and you can just see he loves it, loves the struggle. And now you can just see here Johnny Walker in his last run, trying to get up this steep part, the Via Ferrata section.
So just confirm that from our timing that I mentioned a bit earlier there, that Mario was dominating the section with the fastest times, with that 9 minutes to get clear of each of these laps, which is just phenomenal.
9 minutes. I think it will take you more or less the same time to walk it up than these guys riding up.
Yeah, probably longer.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah. It is so steep. The camera doesn't do it no justice. And then you can see here in the downhill, 2 riders close to each other.
Johnny, maybe, not quite sure. We can get some pictures soon. But so now Mario has overtaken Letty on that on the overall day's progress. I'm looking now at the day 3 results, and Mario is the fastest on the road at the moment. Mario doing the fastest lap there in 9 minutes and 12 seconds. But Manny actually doing a second lap in 8 minutes 26. So flying, and that's I think when we saw Manny just getting that clear drive and not stopping, doing that perfect pivot turn below the cross before he came down.
And we can just hear more and more riders coming in. The hill will get crowded. Really. There you can see already 3 riders, and somebody didn't manage to get up this one bit. I think it's James Moore.
Yeah, James Moore trying to turn around to go back again.
And Suf. We have Suf Sella in the live as well.
So these guys should be going across to their right, to the rider's right. They all of them need to turn around here. This is just after that hill climb, so looks like they were going motocross style here to try and pass each other, and now need to pick up the path to their right. I think that's Mitch Brightmore, number 12. So
a lot of young riders in one picture right now.
Yeah. Mitch, of course, leading the FIM Hard Enduro World Championship in the junior category. And James Moore, definitely a rising star out of South Africa. He was second overall at the Roof of Africa last year. An outstanding performance from the youngster, as well as at X-Cross, had a brilliant result. Let's go down to an interview with Diana, with Teo, and see how Teo went on.
Teo Kabachev right here, drinking a bit of water, getting himself wet, filling up his camelback. How is it, Teo? Aside of hot.
Hard.
Okay, what is it so hard?
The uphill.
First you did 2 shoot-ups, and then the real Via Ferrata. He's not listening to me. Oh, okay, let's wait a bit more. Teo, I don't like this. You guys, I think you should say something more because he's just too busy now.
So Teo trying to focus on what he's doing now. I think that he's not going to be happy with the way that Manny has just pulled away from him. They had a real battle in that first lap there to get out front on the road, and he's not going to be happy at all with the way that Manny has ridden away from him. We saw Wade Young there as well in the finish. So it looks like Wade has also finished his 3 laps. Oh, just trying to pick up who this is. Oh, that's a Regal recall. So Regal just sliding down there, which is not ideal. He's quite close to the boardwalk, but it's going to take a lot of energy just to pick that up now. Definitely burning matches here to try and... Oh, and you see that back wheel just sliding. He's got to get it back up onto the path to try and get it... Oh, no. Shame, man. This is terrible. He's just going to use so much energy to try and get back there. Best thing for him is probably to pivot turn left and come back and give it a fire up again, which looks like what he's going to do, because he needs some good momentum to get up this section. You see there where the X-Grip banner is where the boardwalk is. That's where he needs to get up to. Alfredo coming into some traffic now as well. So Alfredo, he is on his 3rd lap, but coming into a bit of traffic here now. I wonder what's going to happen now. Yeah, Rigo just trying to... Yeah, is he going to get off the path to let them through? I don't think so. Once he has that bike turned around, he'll have some room to just fire it up and get onto the boardwalk there, and then they'll have some clear track ahead of them. Hopefully we can hear from Wade Young in a few minutes, because Wade has been on a charge this morning. Up until this section of the LEATT LIVemaniacs, Wade was the fastest rider on track. Wade riding for the Leader Tread Gas team this year, and had some outstanding results. He is the current leader of the FIM Hard Enduro World Championship, and he's going to want to do everything he can to maintain that lead and stay ahead of Manny, who's on an absolute tearing streak at the moment. So I'm interested to see what happened to James Moore after those pictures. It looks like he might have made his way through. James looking really good this morning. He had a few tough days in the mountains on day 1 and day 2, but he's looking like he's had some good breakfast, got some energy, and he's on a charge. So Sonia now as well. Sonia on his 3rd lap. He's made it across that Via Ferrata. Let's go down to Diana, who's with Wade Young.
Yeah, I got the stuff with me here. How are you, Wade?
Yeah, good. Nice section. Good. Everything rideable. Just a bit of traffic on the last lap, but yeah, better rhythm today, so keep pushing.
So you started with used tires. How does it feel?
Yeah, good. I need to go. Sorry.
Okay, bye.
Yeah, Diana not having much time to talk to Wade. I talked to him just before that, and he said the hill was actually not that bad, but he could tell that it's getting crowded, and yeah, it's a little bit of a problem for those guys.
So look how nasty Sonia rode that section. We saw Teo earlier struggling to get over the top of that rock there and not doing this in one movement, but Sonia's managed to get some great drive there, do the turn, and come back across this camber. And this is where we saw a bit of traffic earlier with Rigo Rico and Mitch Brightmore. So looks like Mitch is having a few troubles this morning.
Getting ready for this small shoot up across this path, hitting it in second.
Oh, there you go.
Nicely
Brilliant.
done.
Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. So you can just see there the contrast between Sonia and Rigo Rico. Rigo was burning a lot of energy to get back onto the path, and Sonia just clearing that nicely. But we've got, looks like a bit of traffic here now.
I think it's Alfredo in front,
Matty Green behind Alfredo, yeah. Just an update now of the Gold Riders who have cleared the LEATT LIVemaniacs, are now on their way to the Mofo climb. Mario Ramon is the fastest rider on the stage today so far. He is around 1 minute and 59 seconds ahead of Manny. In third place, Marco Volkner. Marco 9 minutes behind Mario. And then Teodor is in fourth place.
Suf just losing the back wheel just a little bit, pulling it back up to get across this off-camber section. Nice and easy, clears it and onto the ridge.
I'm interested that nobody has spotted that line to the left there in the shade, because there's definitely going to be more traction there in the shade where the ground is not as dry.
Maybe we'll get discovered a little bit later when it gets even more crowded.
Yeah.
Suf just reaching the top, last pivot. Very nice.
Suf Stella, also one of our junior riders in the junior FIM Hard Enduro World Championship. And so good to see the young blood coming through, Santi. You know, we've seen a lot of riders like Graham Jarvis, Johnny Walker, guys that have won events multiple times, now battling it and taking it to some of the older dogs.
Yeah, I really enjoy watching these young guns coming into the scene, and you can really see how well they ride, and they're just so close to the professionals, or they're already professionals. They're just close to the top guys, and yeah, I can't wait to see what's happening in the near future with the so-called young guns.
And here's another one, Ashton Brightmore. He's brother of Mitch Brightmore. So it was him that we saw earlier that came into the section ahead of Mitch. So it looks like he's having a great day. I wonder if they can make it in one straight line there up to that left-hand traverse that they're doing it at the moment. They're really starting to dig out a nice path here now. Matty Green just being patient. So James Moore there, he's just lifting it up, trying to get up onto the path there where he fires it up onto the tree. Let's take a quick commercial break before we can come right back to the action. So don't forget, you can head across to our website there to check in on all the action and what's happening in the other categories with some live updates with results, as well as place your orders for some of our great merchandise there, which has been made by our great sponsor LEATT. So this is Radford Chug, and you won't believe it, but his throttle is actually a thumb throttle,
Yeah,
Santi.
it's crazy. I heard about it and I couldn't believe my eyes. He's riding this well with a thumb throttle, like it's an ATV but on two wheels. It's just
it's amazing.
Yeah, but I heard he comes from a quad riding, and that's why he's just so used to the thumb throttle, and he just put it on the bike.
Yeah. He's looking around to see now which is the best way for him to go. And I suppose the thumb throttle can help you in some situations, especially when you're at full extension and you don't want to lose too much grip on your accelerator, and you can just use the thumb throttle to feather it around a little bit. So I think this is Ashton Brightmore making his way around the cross now to go down the hill. Just show you there just how extreme this section is with the vertical rocks there. And actually I was quite happy to hear Mario say that this was quite extreme for him and he really enjoyed it. So
me too, because
yeah.
Mani was saying it's too easy, or that's how it sounded. But at least Mario had a little bit of fun, a little bit of a struggle.
Yeah, Mario really enjoys that. And here we have James Moore again. James making that perfect pivot turn just like we saw from Manny. James definitely an up-and-coming rider to look out for in the future. This is the first time he's competing in the gold class in Romaniacs. So he's just putting all that experience under his belt. Look out for him in the future when he comes back. He's certainly going to be a contender for the top places in the events to come.
Yeah, first year riding gold, and he's doing a really good job. He was last year, I think, here for the first time racing silver, and he had a few technical problems.
Yeah, he actually broke his front brake hose on day one.
Yeah.
Really early on in the stage, and on the silver on day one in 2023, we had some very, very steep downhills, and to ride those downhills without a front brake is absolutely terrifying.
It is, definitely, yeah.
Trying to get some shots of Matty Green here. Matty's actually had a really good race so far. He lost some time on day one where he lost the fluid in his clutch and used the liquid or the water juice from his hydration pack to put in his clutch, which was really good thinking. And yesterday he charged hard through the stage on day two to make back some time. And at the bottom of this section we saw Travis Teasdale, so the South African, also now in this section. So we had James Moore, the real youngster from South Africa, clearing out the top. Matty Green there, looks like he's trying to direct traffic or give some instructions there of what these guys should be doing in front of him. And then Travis Teasdale behind him, trying to make his way up to the section here. Not quite sure what Matty's waiting for, just to catch his breath before he makes his way across here.
Just spotting the line with these with this rock that's quite in the way. It's making it harder.
And I think that was Barnabas, the Hungarian, just below Matthew Green here. Oh no, that's James. So we've got Oh no, that's
no.
No. Sorry, the 24 is not one of our race numbers. That's one of his personalized numbers, I suppose. And Alfredo now, so Alfredo taking a little bit longer than what we expected. Alfredo's been on the podium here at Romaniacs before. He knows how to get the job done.
I think Alfredo just got a little bit unlucky and just caught up in that traffic. So now it's getting harder for him to pass the riders and finish his runs.
But once we're through here, that Mofo climb's really going to suit Alfredo. There are multiple lines there, as we saw in the clip earlier, where you can just fire it up and get really high. And Alfredo also a really good hill climber.
Rico just having a last push before getting up to the top.
And this is where we saw James Moore doing that perfect pivot turn. So Rigo having a little bit of a struggle today on day 3 here at the LEATT LIVemaniacs. On day 2, he had quite a tough day. So he looks like he's just feeling the effects of yesterday. The body's just absolutely drained from the exertion of yesterday. Matty Green now coming up behind him. So Matty, once they're on top here, Matty's going to want to try and make his way past Rigo to be on that downhill and get back in touch with these lead group that's on out through this section, because that's where he finished yesterday with them.
Up, higher, please.
Come here, up.
Hey, one person here and...
Perfect. So Santi, these guys have had a bit of a struggle here now, the riders coming through, but what an absolute masterclass from Mani and Mario on the section of the LEATT LIVemaniacs.
Absolutely, flying up this hill, just perfect.
So tomorrow is the day 4 of the Red Bull Romaniacs, the 21st edition. You can catch us at the Gustarica Hill Climb, where we will bring you all the action from all the classes in this year's event. It'll be at 12 o'clock Eastern European summertime. Make sure to tune in. We have a really great show and program for you guys to see all the riders trying to make it up the hill climb this year. Hopefully we can see a lot of them through the top. So tune in tomorrow. Thank you for watching today, and we see you soon.
Watch out, Rob.
Nie jest to jakiś kurwa ciężkie, wiedzy do wyjania. Koło nas mamy taką sekcję.
Dawid!
To jest przetarty zrobione.
Jak ma do pizza.
Tego nie oddaję, ale tam panowie nie śpią.
E cineva care urcă fără tască. Deci pe cineva